We got Todd and Brandon acting like fucking
Right.
fools.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with another episode of the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 15. We got our regular crew tonight. Pharaoh, I guess he's on the way, but my man Colin Crackers is here. Emiya Starlock, Rick Dom, and kicking things off. So yeah, this past week, I got a few things. What did I get?
Let me guess. Fuck, I got nothing.
I got the Mafex Darth Vader, which I didn't open yet. I got that Kratos figure, the NECA God of War figure, which I didn't open yet. I got the Mezco Judge Dredd, which I didn't open yet.
Oh, which version?
The regular version.
There you go.
I don't really care about the other colors and the other light.
I'm not a fan of that like shiny.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Me neither.
Crayola box one.
I mean, really, like you're gonna be in the streets with that shit in Mega City 1 with that bright ass shit on?
Everyone knows it's disco night.
Basically, so, yeah, I got it because I just been procrastinating about getting that for a while, and I know the regular bike is about to drop this month, hopefully.
Oh, that bike is crazy.
So yeah, that'll be like just kind of like a display piece. I'm not looking to do too much A.C.B.A. anything with it, but I'll definitely snap a few flicks. But I got that, and I got Hot Rod finally, and I like that figure a lot actually. Masterpiece Hot Rod, and I finally got the SH Figuarts Luke Skywalker. My man Darius actually hooked me up with that. I was just haven't been a fan of that figure because of that gold hair, man. But you know, getting the figure out of package and having it in hand, it's a really really nice figure. But still, that hair, I don't know what the science behind that was. I don't know why they decided to do that, but
I think that if I think a lot of people didn't notice in the sample shots that it just did have that blonde hair. I guess the lighting they were using it didn't highlight it as much.
But I mean, it's gold. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like
like Vegas gold.
That shit is gold. Literally, it's gold. So it looks like somebody took the original figure and just painted gold over it, man. It just doesn't look good to me, man. But the face scan is pretty nice. And I think that was it that I got this week. I think that was it. How about you, Fabio?
I didn't actually pick up too much this week. I haven't been out like toy hunting in a minute. Because I guess I'm trying to save a little money because of all the Mezco stuff that's coming out. Probably going to be dropping a heavy dime on that. Like you said, the fucking Dread is really nice, and I got that not too long ago, and that's what really, really sold me on this line. So I'm for sure just trying to save a little money to build a small collection of those Mezcos, especially those Star Trek ones. But what I did get is the entire set of the Hateful Eight figures from NECA, and my birthday's actually next week on Wednesday, so that was like my girlfriend's early birthday gift to me, and it just arrived yesterday. I'm pretty stoked on that. And then as the companion piece that they unveiled earlier this week was the Quentin Tarantino in the Western wear, so he's like, the 9th of the 8-figure set. So I got him for myself.
I forgot your birthday was so close to mine, man. My birthday's Friday.
What are you, the 13th?
Yep, 13 years old.
Where are we going, man? Where are we going out for your birthday? Where are we going to?
I think I'm let me not say what I'm gonna do on podcast, but I'm gonna definitely go to another planet.
Let's hit up the Hustler Casino.
The Hustler Casino will try to
It's not as expensive as the Indian ones, but it's also not good.
We'll try to reenact 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Kendall Grey.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Somebody better hire me.
You're spoiling the surprise. Shut up.
I didn't realize that we were like 2 days apart, man. So that makes you no, you're not a Pisces though, right? Oh,
I am, yeah.
You are.
Man, you guys are like brothers. There you go.
I know. It's great.
It's funny, because my mom's birthday is on Tuesday, the 15th.
Oh, my nephew's birthday was yesterday.
Shit, man. Pisces all up in this house.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Swimming up current, you know. But it's
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty much it for me though. I haven't really picked up shit, but I did forget to mention last week that uh, the week before last we went to Stan Lee was having a signing out here at Frankenson, so me
Hmm.
and the Beltrans went out, and the only shop that was open outside of the main warehouse, which you had to pay like $100 to just to get into the warehouse, and there weren't even any vendors open. It was just to stand in the line for Stan Lee. So we were outside of the warehouse, and there's a shop like in the parking lot basically that these guys run, and they had us set up like a nice little tented booth, put out some displays, kicked it with the Beltrans, and gave out a lot of flyers and stickers. I sold a calendar, sold a T-shirt off my back, no joke. Um, yeah, it was a good time. We were there for about like 4 or 5 hours, and we ran into some cool people. Ran into this guy that I know from Instagram named Clean Slate Customs. He's a good dude, does really good custom work. So yeah, he came out and he got his Venom Lethal Protector #1 signed by Stan Lee. So that was pretty cool. And
Oh,
I
nice.
guess he's had that comic.
Basically, like the cover charge paid for Stan Lee.
Yeah, well, the cover charge is just to get in, but the signature is another bill or so. I have no idea.
You have to pay
Unless,
$100 to get into the venue.
yeah, that was like the tickets for the event.
Jesus.
But if you wanted to get something signed, it was like a per item price. Can't remember how much it was. I don't think it was close to 100, but if you wanted to do the premium price or whatever, which lets you get two things signed, it's like 250, and that includes the ticket. So
Oh,
it's one
That's
of
the right
those.
way to go.
I mean,
yeah.
I love Stan Lee, and he's not going to be around for much longer, so I'd like to get a chance to meet him. But fuck, paying 250. However, I don't have anything to like actually get signed, so that's another thing. I wouldn't just get some random ass thing like a Captain America shield or something. It had to be something like genuinely Stan Lee, like that the San Diego Comic Con exclusive from a few years ago, the Marvel Legends one. That would be dope to get signed.
I met Stan Lee a few years back, and I had him sign my Bowen Studios 1/1 scale Cerebro helmet.
Ooh, that's badass.
I've never signed this one. I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah, that's about it for me though. Haven't really been picking up too much. I got a video game. I got The Division, which is pretty great.
Everybody's on that Tom Clancy's Division right now.
It's
Tell me
pretty
the
damn
concept
fun.
behind that. I see a lot of people talking about that shit. I've been so out of the loop with like gaming and shit for the longest right now. What's the concept behind that?
Do you want the story concept or like the gameplay concept?
I guess a little bit of both.
All right. Well, story-wise, it's basically there's been like a biological attack, and this huge virus outbreak has basically decimated the population of New York in particular. And you are basically like an activated sleeper agent for this, division, I guess, of I guess peacekeepers in this chaotic time because all the cops are pretty much gone and there's rioters everywhere. So you're kind of like the last line of defense, and you're also the division between chaos and order. So it's a fun play on words. As far as gameplay, it's a I would call it a cover shooter action RPG. So it's like kind of like Diablo or Torchlight or I guess more recently like Destiny and Borderlands in the sense that you like kill a bunch of enemies that are basically they have a ton of health, and when you kill them they drop loot which is tiered according to how good it is, and it's your classic RPG green, blue, purple quality items, and you equip them to make your character better. And once you reach the level cap, which is 30 I believe, you get to go into this dark zone, and it's basically a bunch of other players who are also max level, just looking to kill each other, and that's where you find the best loot. But it plays a lot like Diablo and those kinds of games, but it's like cover shooter, so it's like Gears of War where you have to take cover a lot and stuff. And it's pretty fun, I must say. Like I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but my friends were all like, "Hey man, let's all get in a squad together." And I'm like, "Ah, well, fuck it." Then you sent me $60, so I'm like, "All right, fuck it, I'll get the game." And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I recommend it if you like cover shooter action RPGs.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
What about you, Rick? You got this week.
Yeah, what did I get this week? Shit. I just got a bunch of random stuff. I went to my Walmart. I didn't know, but apparently fucking all Walmarts have their legends right now at $15. Um,
Oh
so
shit!
anybody that's
I wish
listening,
my Walmart didn't suck.
go to your Walmarts and get those legends for $15. I didn't really get much. I've been looking for that Kratos, but I just haven't seen it yet. I don't know if it's actually at stores yet or if it's been only online that it released it.
Yeah,
But
you know what? I was looking for it in store first too, and then I ended up just ordering it from
I'm
my
I'm
toaster.
I'm only buying that thing in stores personally. I didn't really buy much this week. I bought a lot last week, so I didn't buy much this week. I went to that toy show, got a bunch of random odds and ends and whatnot. So this week I just kind of kept it light. I got a convention coming up next week or this coming week with a Todd and
Oh yeah, that's right. All you guys are gonna be getting together.
yeah, Dallas and David Walton. The admin team is going to be in full West Coast force.
Yeah, that should be cool, man.
Yeah, so we're all going to be in there for that. So I was just trying to make sure I wasn't spending anything at random just because, like I usually do. I buy shit for no reason sometimes. I just see something and buy it because it's there.
Yeah, no doubt. That impulse
That,
purchase.
that I'm the king of impulse. Oh man, they got fucking 7 of these. I'm buying 7 of these. You know. Um, so I haven't really gotten anything other than that. I've just been, keeping it low key until the con next week. What about you, Mister the Emiyas? What have you been doing this past week?
Um, I just got a bunch of stuff released by customs. I had a bit of a customs problem for like the past month. So a bunch of my stuff just got released by customs. I think because I was shipping too much stuff, importing too much stuff. But I mean, aside from that, I didn't really get too much this week. I said I still have a ton of stuff I haven't opened yet. But as far as this, I mean, I get something every week, but I didn't get a lot of stuff this week. Just a random few things here and there, like a couple 1/6 figures, and I think that's mostly it.
I actually totally forgot that I got the chestnut horse from Emiya.
That's not.
Finally.
Oh man, the
He
horse.
forgot.
Oh, yeah, I'm just waiting on the white one from him, so I guess I'll get that in 2017.
Damn.
2017, maybe
Damn,
2018.
17.
But yeah, I mean, nothing too much. I should be getting some stuff this coming week though. Like I said, a lot of stuff from customs release. I'm getting a lot of older stuff that I already kind of had, and then yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that came in, but it's stuff I bought a while ago. So that's basically it.
Oh, nice. Well, we moved through that one quickly. If Pharaoh was here, I'm sure he'd say, I spent this and this, and I bought that.
Yeah, he spent it all on the thin crust pizzas.
Yeah, thin crust Domino's. That's where he's at right now. Everybody's
Right now.
He doesn't seem like a thin. He doesn't
But
seem
guys,
like a
remember,
thin crust pizza dude. That's like a thin crust pizza.
you gotta remember though, he doesn't even like Domino's, and he likes their thin
Like
crust
Domino's.
pizza.
No, he doesn't
Like
even
Domino's.
like Domino's. Don't you guys get it? That's how special this is. Yeah, all the viewers, take a tip from Pharaoh Black and get on this Domino's.
What's the best fast food kind of pizza place do you guys order out pizza place? Domino's, Pizza Hut, or Papa John's?
Probably Domino's for me because I have it like within view of my apartment. Like I can actually see it if I look out my window. It's here in like 20 minutes.
20 minutes, even though you can see it outside your window?
Well, it doesn't get fucking cooked in like a second.
Oh,
It takes
okay.
like 10 minutes to
I mean,
cook,
from
5
the
minutes to
time
prepare, 5 minutes for delivery. That's bad average.
From the time you order it to the time it arrives your door, 20 minutes.
Right.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking fast.
Yeah, even like especially for Domino's, and they usually like prioritize close ones first, I guess. But yeah, I mean, they're open till like 2 a.m. So there's nothing like coming home like really late, and there's like nothing open, and then it's like 1:30, and you can get
Like, get yourself
Domino's bread bowl pasta. Oh man,
no thin crust pizza?
no, come on, man, I got more taste than that.
Oh,
I'm a hand tossed kind of guy.
Hand toss.
damn,
I love my shit tossed, guys.
damn, he loves. You heard it here first, folks. Fabio loves to get his shit tossed. Exclusive
No salad though. I'm not a salad
Exclusive
guy.
review.
Don't get my salad tossed.
Oh man, not
I think
salad then. Oh,
that's fast food pizza though.
What are you? Aren't you a Papa John's guy?
Yeah, I like Papa John's. I probably order from Papa John's the most, only because Pizza Hut has like these funky hours near us where they close kind of early and shit. But Pizza Hut, I think, has the best fast food pizza.
You think so? I think Pizza Hut's too salty.
Really?
I think so.
It is salty, but I
um,
mean that might be why I'm attracted to it. You know, black people love salt, man.
Oh, that's true.
oh man.
I thought that was dogs.
Really?
That's why they lick you.
That's true.
But yeah, Pizza Hut is pretty fucking. It's got a lot of sodium. You're definitely right about that.
Man, I miss from Pizza Hut up in Zone.
To me.
Zone was legendary shit.
Man, if it wasn't for that cheesy crust, it makes me wonder, like, damn, who would be into this? If they didn't have this cheesy crust, would people still be in it to win it?
Probably.
So it sounds like Rick is Pizza Hut or die.
In general.
No, I go to Pizza Hut more because my friends go there, and if they're paying, I'm just eating wherever they go.
No, then you can't be picky. They're paying.
Yeah,
so.
they're oh, dude, we're paying, and I'm just like, oh, well, if you're gonna fucking pay, I'm not gonna argue. If you gave me a choice between the three, I was stuck at home, one place I had to deliver, I would choose Papa John's. Probably.
I think Papa John's probably the most balanced.
Yeah, I
Like,
was just gonna say it's the most balanced.
I'm not much of a pizza guy, but if I had to choose, my first choice would probably be Papa John's. But I don't mind the other ones once in a while. I don't eat pizza that often. Usually, the only time I ever eat pizza is when I'm lazy or someone else gets pizza and I have to be at their place. That's the only time I ever eat it. So, but if I had a choice, probably Papa John's. But then the other ones are okay too. I mean, I can eat them once in a while. It's okay. So.
What I don't like from Papa John's is their white sauce. Not good at all. Yeah, their Alfredo is not very good whatsoever.
Probably very tame tasting, I guess. Not.
Yeah, it's
not
too Parmesan-y. Like there's so much Parmesan in it.
Oh.
Not enough like.
Some people might consider that a good thing.
Not like it's some fucking Italian sitting there making it for you. So.
I usually, in
Oh,
general.
Little Caesars. Do you like the Little Caesars?
Oh, get the fuck out of here with Little Caesars. They don't use mozzarella cheese. They use Fromunda cheese. Like,
Man,
shit's
Little
balls.
Caesars is Pepto-Bismol by the slice. Clearing your system.
It's like a school pizza, man. That shit is like.
Yeah, exactly.
It's no good.
That's
why it's so
mad
cheap,
disrespect to school pizza though, because I had good school pizza growing up.
You know what? When I was in high school, we had good school lunch. I went
It
to
was like it was very weird when I was in school because it was like I was getting out of high school during the more progressive era, and like 1 year, we used to have soda machines. We had fucking KFC and McDonald's selling at our school. It was sick. And then the next year we get to school, and and now the soda machine is a Powerade machine, and now there's no fucking KFC or anybody in there, and it was just kind of like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, it happened in my high school too.
Yeah, it was really weird because we'd get in and I remember you'd have all these middle schoolers like, man, you guys really have KFC and McDonald's? Like, yeah, they're there. They only sell like 2 things each, but they're there.
That was like some college campus shit.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Right.
And we used to have fucking people at the soda machines just chilling there all day, and it disappeared. It was weird. Just it was that health consciousness just came up out of nowhere and snuck up on the school, and all the students were just kind of taking it back, like, what the fuck happened to what we've been having for the past 3 years?
It's all those goddamn Republicans.
Yeah, now all of a sudden the pack of cookies that you buy at the counter are all sugar free. Like, what the fuck is this? I just took a bite of this cookie and it doesn't taste like fucking anything. It was some shit. It sucked. We got accustomed.
So this past week we got to see the new. I guess this will be the final Captain America Civil War trailer, and obviously the big news was the Spider-Man reveal. How you guys feeling about that? Personally, I thought they could have saved that for the movie. It wasn't really necessary for them to show it right now. Although, don't get it confused. Like I was hyped as fuck to see it, and it looked great. He looked great. The costume looked good. But I think they could have saved that for a final reveal when you actually get to the theaters and shit. Which makes me believe that there might be some other really big oh shit moment that that they haven't alluded to yet. So, what do you guys think?
I thought it was a good trailer. It really, I guess, made you a little more aware of the story and why these guys are against each other. And I really liked the scene where they're going through the different like destruction from all the other movies, and it's General Thunderbolt Ross is back, and he's all like, "Listen, man, people are scared."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I can tell that scene's going to be powerful. And when they show the scene of Sokovia, and then it cuts to Cap looking, real distraught at Scarlet Witch, you can see he's like, yeah, he embodies fucking Captain America, and he's like, he wants to fight for this, for the justice, really. And so that I think that scene is going to be really powerful. And in the trailer, I think it played pretty well, and kind of made people aware, like, okay, this is why the heroes are going to be fighting. And I think as far as the Spider-Man reveal, I think it was a necessary thing. I mean, I'm of the camp that I knew he was in the movie already because of casting, and because we know all this behind the scenes sort of stuff, because that's what we are into and we look into. But as far as the average howdy do to fair weather fan who just goes to these movies when they hear about him or when they see the first trailers in the actual theaters waiting for another movie, those are the people that don't really know, oh shit, Spider-Man's going to be in this. So this trailer's really made for them, because as soon as they see fucking Spider-Man in a Captain America and Iron Man movie, they're going to be like, well, shit, we got to go see that. That's going to be amazing.
yeah. No doubt, that's definitely a good way to look at it. I mean, we looking at it from just our own perspective and shit. We already know. We've been researching it. We know what's gonna happen in the movie and shit. But for the casual fan or the casual just moviegoer, that's definitely something that would have been really interesting, I guess. So another point to make them go out to the movie, on opening weekend and purchase the tickets. So I'm with you.
I guarantee you that this trailer is going to play in front of Batman v Superman too.
Do they usually do that? I feel like they don't usually do that as far as the brands. Like, you don't really. I don't know if I remember seeing a DC trailer for a Marvel movie and vice versa.
I saw Batman versus Superman in front of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Suicide Squad one in front of Deadpool too.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. Yeah. They don't really care. It's more like a movie theater thing than like this is a movie. We're not promoting that.
Most of them will lump the same category of movie, with their trailers. So, if you're watching a superhero movie, you're probably gonna get some superhero movie trailers.
Yeah,
Right.
like you're not gonna get a rom-com trailer while you're watching Civil War.
Yeah, that makes sense. I saw Zootopia today, and pretty much like 90% of the things that they showed was other animated films and shit, and they showed
Right.
the.
Oh yeah, what'd you think of Zootopia?
I was sleeping most of
Yeah. Slept.
I'm not saying that it was bad though. It was very from what I did see, it was very smart. It was clever. It was you said this. It just touched on a lot of like real world issues and things with race and gender and this and that, and like in a playful way though. Like it was cool. It was very cool.
Oh yeah, it was a great movie for sure.
Something for the kids and the adults and shit. It wasn't, the things that were over the kids' heads, that were more adult targeted could still be funny on some level to the kids as well. So it was a good balance.
You're watching the elephant ice cream scene, and kids are just like, oh man, that's not fair. And as an adult, you're just like, damn, this is kind of fucked up. I'm like, damn, this is some segregation shit. Like, what's going on here?
Right. So,
You heard it here first, folks. Boog Nice gives it a 10 out of 10. Would sleep through.
Would sleep through again.
Nah, I got up real early today and like did laundry and like had to do shit and like I had like mad shit to do around the house and I got fucking tired, man. And then I haven't been eating. I've been eating like really clean for the past couple of weeks and shit. And then we had fast food right before we went into the fucking movie and shit. So that shit knocked me the fuck out.
You're doing the David Walton right now.
You got the itis.
You know, I haven't had fast food in a couple months right now, and I had Burger King. That shit fucking
Man. This man had the double Whopper and was put to sleep.
basically.
Should have gotten those chicken fries.
Man, see, now you know, Fabio.
You know what it is though, when you
Combo.
don't eat fast food for a while and shit, man, and you eat that shit tastes awful, man. Like, it's just
Oh,
like,
dude, I told Keiyo, it's happened to me like a few months back. I don't drink soda. So one day I went to fucking, you know, whatever fast food place it was, and I got lemonade, and I grabbed what I thought was my drink, and I take a sip of somebody's Dr. Pepper, and it just tasted like fucking shit.
yeah.
I knew
Yeah,
it.
I've been trying to stay off soda too because Dr. Pepper is my fucking jam. Anyone
Yeah,
who knows
I
me
knew.
knows I'm Dr. Pepper incarnate. So I had to stop fucking
I knew
drinking
there was
that.
nothing. I knew there was nothing wrong with it. It was just so strange that, you know, like after so long from being away from it, I take a fucking sip, and I'm just like, what the fuck does it taste like?
That shit has absolutely no nutritional value at all. Like, there's nothing good about fucking soda. Nothing.
No, oh yeah, it's after being away from it for so long and having it, it was like, damn, I hope to never drink this again because this was horrible.
But yeah, we got sidetracked for a minute. So
So what did I think of Civil War trailer? You know, I didn't initially believe when people said like, oh man, we're gonna get Spider-Man in a trailer, because I didn't think that they would do it. I don't personally care that they showed it, but I do wonder, you know, was the motive behind this all just to kind of like, you know, fuck you Superman, fuck you Batman.
Right, I was thinking
It was something that I didn't expect for them to ever show before the film. Like, I mean, maybe like a quick glimpse of like you see him swinging or something. I thought, oh, maybe that's what they'll do. But this son of a bitch shows up, full picture, crouches down, hey everybody. I was just like, what? What is this? Like,
Yeah,
you know, like I was shocked. I was like, damn, I can't believe Marvel actually showed that. You know, I was happy with it. I like the trailer. I like Spider-Man's costume. I love the camera lens eyes. That was really cool. That was awesome. You know,
The Steve Ditko eyes.
Yeah, the Ditko eyes. You know, the Ramita, and then it goes to Ramita eyes and Alex Ross, and you know, you can have a lot of things with that movement. I don't know about you guys, but you know, I just kind of started thinking to myself for a second, and I just kind of realized who they're gonna pit Spider-Man against in the film, and I was just kind of like, you know, if you think about who they show fighting in these trailers, they never show two particular characters fighting each other from either side, and now I just kind of assume like, oh, okay, that's who he takes on. And when you think about it, you know, the pairing makes sense for who the characters are. The fight scene is going to be very interesting to see. We've never seen Falcon fight anyone in the trailers. So I'm just assuming it's going to be Falcon, and it would make sense. You know, he's web slinging, Falcon is in the air. You know, I'm assuming that is going to be who he pits himself against. You know, we've seen Black Widow, we've seen Hawkeye, we've seen Ant-Man, we've seen everyone. We've seen Scarlet Witch, you know, doing what she's doing. We've seen Vision, you know, but we've never seen, think about it, we've never seen Falcon fighting anyone. And it makes sense now. You can't show him fighting anyone. It's just going to be Spider-Man over there. You know, just my opinion. You know, maybe I'm fucking wrong. You know, maybe we go in there and Vision is his, you know, who's taking, I don't know. Vision is on his team. What am I saying? I don't know.
I just don't know why. I just don't know why they needed to even show anything. Like I said this too in Plastic and Paint, but I felt like Marvel was already winning the trailer war anyway. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like, you know, DC kind of shot themselves in the foot with that long ass trailer that they put out before the last one.
Yeah, it does. It makes you question the motive behind why they did it, because you know they definitely didn't need to. I'm glad. I fucking love the trailer. I have no problem with it, but it does make me wonder. You know, like what was the reasoning behind actually showing them? Because it didn't seem like something they would have wanted to show. You know,
they're trying to take all the wind out of Batman v Superman's sails.
I'll tell you this: I got like a fucking million text messages and tagged in a million posts from people that don't even give a shit about comics. Like, nigga, you see Spider-Man is in this movie?
Right.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, and obviously the page and Instagram and just social media in general was fucking nuts.
They all exploded. You know, it's definitely getting the general populace right now. You know, they're going crazy. You know, I was fine with the trailer. I am surprised that they actually showed Spider-Man in that way, You know, like when people said Spider-Man was going to be in the trailer, like I said, I kind of thought like, oh, you know, maybe there'll be a scene and you see him swinging or something, you know, and that'll be it, you know. But I didn't think it was going to be as big as it was when they showed him.
Yeah, I didn't believe it at first. When I think the first person I saw say something about it was my man um, was my man Jake Jensen.
Yeah, Jake was the first one, and everybody was like, "Man, shut the hell up! What are you talking about?"
Right, right.
And then everybody else saw the trailer, and we're like, "Oh shit!" Like a minute later, like, "Oh fuck."
And, you know, and even watching the trailer, I'm like, he's lying because it was taking so long. Like, you know what I'm saying? They did a sort of like a after the credits thing for the trailer for Spider-Man to show up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, even to the last possible moment, I'm like, oh, he was bullshitting. There's no Spider-Man.
What do we think of the costume overall? I know, Rick, you said you like it, but what do you think, Boog?
I think it looked good. I'm not sure if I feel like it's the best one so far. Possibly. You know, I think it's probably, I guess, the closest that we have gotten to a 616 regular comic book based costume.
Well, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, they're going to change his costume every movie anyway.
Oh, for sure, just like every other fucking character.
It's going to look different in every movie. So in this movie, they're going to go obviously going for a more retro, more classic look. And I'm thinking we're going to see more modern iterations in later films, and then maybe even artist-specific styles in other films. But his costume's going to, just like Captain America's costume, Iron Man's armor, everything changes every film. So
yeah, no question. I could definitely see them doing that. But I heard people complaining about the fact that the lines weren't as pronounced on the costume and shit. It kind of looked like there were no lines a little bit until they
look printed on. They're not like embossed on his body. They're not raised. The webbing's not raised. It's like kind of just like it's printed on.
Mm-hmm. Well, your mic's cutting out horribly.
Yeah,
so,
you sound like a robot.
I sound like a robot? Well, let me refresh. I still sound like a robot now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought the lines, they kind of reminded me of the 1960s Spider-Man. Because in close-up, you do see the lines, but this was just like a gripe of the 1960s animation, was that when they had farther shots of him, they didn't put the lines on.
Yeah, they didn't draw them in like that, right?
Right. So, I like that. I mean, obviously, we know the lines are there, so it's not a big deal, but it is... I was never really a huge fan of the raised webbing anyway, and I do like the texture of the suit. Like, a lot of people were complaining that CGI looked kind of weird on this one. It's probably going to until the final release, but if you get some like high-res images of that, you can see there's a lot of texture detail in that suit. In the fabric of the red parts, it looks like fabric, So I like that a lot. It's not like the Tobey Maguire one or the Andrew Garfield one that has like, well, the first Andrew Garfield one looked like a fucking basketball, but the second one had this like hexagon pattern inside the red. It didn't look like something that could be made by a kid in his bedroom. Not that this new one does either, but I know it's definitely not his first suit even in this movie.
I wonder how those dudes feel right now, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and shit.
I feel bad for Andrew Garfield most of all.
Why you say that?
Because he's a passionate Spider-Man fan. He's always liked the character, and he, to a certain extent, did his best in a terrible movie. But that's the problem, was that the movie
and
around
not
him
just
was
that.
terrible.
Even after the second movie came out, and there was this uncertainty, he still kept pushing, like, the way that we save my franchise is we partner up with Marvel, and the studio was telling him like, fuck off, Garfield. And they let go of their franchise, and then they're like, you know what? Maybe we should partner up with Marvel, and they just leave Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
At that particular point, he was too old for what they wanted anyway. So.
No,
Right.
and people, it's always so funny to see people complain because they're like, oh man, fucking High School Parker again. Like, what the hell are you talking about, High School Parker again? Both of the people that played Peter Parker were like in their late 20s. We've never seen a true younger actor.
Well, it's also not just that they don't, that it's anything to do with him being in high school or whatever. A lot of it also is the fact that even if they were going for the same thing, they wouldn't hire the same actor because they want to detach themselves from.
Oh yeah, it was unsuccessful. Yeah, it was unsuccessful.
Wildly unsuccessful.
They don't want you to think that it's the same thing want you to think it's a new thing. That's basically the idea. So no matter how good the actor is or how good he looks in the role, a lot of the time with these kind of things, they won't keep the same guy just because it's viewed as a completely different project.
And Andrew Garfield hated the studio too. That's another important thing, is that they scheduled him for a bunch of appearances, and there's a lot of those leaked Sony emails that came out a little bit ago, and a lot of them were talking about, or a couple of them were talking about how Andrew Garfield was like, he was supposed to go to this like some conference and give a speech and talk about promoting the movie and all that, and the people who were in charge of him, they were emailing the Sony execs, were like, yeah, Andrew's here, but he doesn't want to go, and he's got this nasty ass beard, and he just refuses to get ready and get clean and stuff. So he was like personally boycotting the studio too, because even he wasn't playing their fucking game.
Yeah, I'd heard a bit about him, like not wanting to be involved with press junkets and just like having a lot of problems with the studio. And it's in the end, hopefully we get a better product out of it all. So far,
I think we will. I think it's promising what they've shown us in this trailer.
Yeah, it's looking good.
There's a good amount of like emotionality to it, and it's the longest running Marvel Studios flick to date. So it's gonna be a meaty movie.
What do you guys think about how Tom Holland sounded? I thought the voice acting and everything was spot on. I thought it sounded really good.
I think he sounded very what you'd want Peter Parker to sound like.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't really have any real complaints. It's hard to form an opinion off, one line, 2 words, but
yeah,
I want to see some sass out of him.
Yes and no. Yeah, but I'm with you there. I definitely want to see that real like witty kind of smart ass Spider-Man. Like I want the jokes to be spot on and like him to really be that kind of clever smart ass.
Yeah, and a well written smartass, not Tobey Maguire smartass.
Yeah.
Your time has run out, Gobby.
Right. Yeah.
Need actual, not dead.
It's gotta be modern. Like he's gotta be able to connect with like teenagers to like 25-year-olds right now. Like it's gotta be like some references to popular music and shit right now, and pop culture and shit right now, and just different shit that's happening right now. They need that for sure.
Now, I thought Andrew Garfield kind of played him a little too New Yorker, if that makes sense. I don't know, Boog, you might have more of an authority on that, but he's like, it's not like he was trying too hard.
I agree with you there. I felt like the chemistry between him and the chick was really forced. I didn't like the way. He was definitely trying really hard. I don't know. He had the look, sorta, but I wasn't really a fan of Garfield like that.
Anything else about this trailer, about Spider-Man?
Yeah, Emiya, what did you think about the trailer?
I mean, it was a good trailer. The movie is going to definitely a lot of the very emotional content that we're going to see. It'll definitely be the strongest. Probably one of the strongest Marvel films, anticipating anyway. The main thing that I'm most curious about is that the ending's supposed to be controversial, so of course, that's going to be...
Somebody's going to bite the bullet.
So, I mean, that's always going to be a good thing. For Spider-Man himself, I mean, I'm around this kind of stuff. I work in the industry, so I'm around this kind of stuff all the time, like reveals and stuff, so I'm very desensitized to... I don't get excited like other people do. But I mean, it was good to see him. I mean, we were going to see him anyway, and it was definitely, we were going to see him in a trailer before this was all over. So it's not like it was a big surprise to me. I don't know why people were freaking out so much and jumping around or whatever. As I said before, as for Spider-Man himself, we're probably going to get a costume every movie. So I'm assuming if you like the raised webs, those are going to come back at some point. Metallic colors will probably come back at some point. Every version, every type of look will come back at some point. So, for them to go for a more classic look is fine. I mostly, right now, when I saw it, of course, the first thing that comes to my mind mostly is just Hot Toys, how they're going to approach it. I like to see, they made a lot of advancements with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man, so I like to see where they go from there with this new version. And of course, there will be lots of Spider-Man figures to buy. So I
Yeah.
want to see. I definitely want to see what Hot Toys is going to do.
I don't
I
think
mean,
I'll
pretty
jump out
much
the window with Hot
Civil War this year. Captain America: Civil War is what I consider it's Hot Toys the movie. It's pretty much it's Hot Toys the movie. So I know a lot of the audience here are not into the high end, but when I look at it, the first thing that comes to my mind is Hot Toys the movie because they're good. Well, the odd thing about it is while we have like the lower end figures like Marvel Legends and SH Figuarts and things like that. Oddly enough, those lines don't go as deep as Hot Toys. Hot Toys goes deeper than all those lines. So
I don't know. Agree with you there. I don't know I don't know what the hell you're talking about right now. Hot Toys. They put out. They don't go deeper than
yeah, they do. For movie lines, they go deeper than everybody.
Nah.
There's no
Putting out
or Scarlet Witch.
Obscure characters and shit like that. They're not doing that.
No, he's actually right. They actually do make more characters.
Yeah,
They're, just like he said, there's no Quicksilver.
Age of Ultron.
There's no Scarlet Witch. There's no.
There's not even a mark. There's a ton of figures that Hasbro has not done. Hot Toys is doing everything.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I agree with you to a certain extent. I mean,
no. This what I'm saying, Boog. It's a fact.
But it's not. They're not doing all these different obscure characters. No.
I'm talking about just the movie.
I got you. Okay.
I'm not talking about comic book. I'm speaking strictly.
Well, you don't do comic book shit anyway. It's all movie shit. So. But yeah, I got you. Okay.
Strictly just the movie. Speaking specifically Captain America: Civil War. I mean, it seems like Hasbro doesn't like to do new modes for Iron Man. Like they don't even do we never even got like certain ones. Like we never got Mark 7. We never got there's certain ones we never got. Like they're just too fucking lazy to do a new Iron Man.
Hasbro has never really put out a phenomenal Iron Man figure, in my opinion.
I completely agree. People have like these certain Iron Man figures from Legends that they like, and I've never had a Legend Iron Man and just been like, you know what, this is fucking good.
Yeah. No.
There's always something wrong. In my opinion, at least, there's always something missing.
Well, I mean, what can you do for $20?
Usually it's the scale, though. Like, usually they can't get the scale right for any Iron Man armor that goes with any particular arrow.
They're too small, too big?
Well, I just watched Glenn's review of the new Mark 47 or whatever the hell it is in the new movie, and it looks like it scales a lot better. Obviously still not perfect, but it definitely looks a lot better in scale, and it looks a little bulkier, not as lanky as the other ones.
It's like when he was reviewing the figure and he turned around the leg, and he said that there was this big fucking circle on the back of the left eye of Iron Man, and he says in the video that all of the Iron Men have this really big, like, cut off at the factory circle.
Yeah. It's like where the plastic was injected, and it wasn't
where
cut.
when the plastic was injected, the mold was injected. It was just kind of like, what the fuck? That's in every figure? Like,
I didn't even watch that review yet because I just really don't care about movie figures through Marvel.
The Black Panther looks really good.
Yeah, he does, but then there's something wrong with the fucking hands.
The curly hands.
Right, and the ab crunch is weird as hell. Like when you bend him forward, he's got this big.
I don't want to complain about more articulation, but it does look weird, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does look kind of weird.
Yeah.
It
always just kind of feels like there's something wrong, and just like Emiya just said, they're $20 figures. What can you expect?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I'm not going to jump out the window for I don't think I'm going to jump out the window for the Hot Toys Spider-Man from the Civil War movie. I think I'm going to wait
till there's a proper Spider-Man from his own movie.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait because I'm just about to get my first Hot Toys figure anyway, so I'm not.
Which one's that?
Huh?
Which Hot Toys figure? What's your first one?
The Deadpool.
Oh, the Deadpool. That's a good choice.
Movie Deadpool, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other figures for it really, so.
So I figured I'd do that. I'm gonna be pick and choose and see what's what. But I definitely got to get an Iron Man figure from Hot Toys. No question about that.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of articulation, I forgot to mention this during my week, but I called in a radio show that I listened to on Sirius XM, and Randy Falk was on, so I got to talk to him for a minute about articulation. And I just found it funny how he straight up calls out McFarlane. It was like, yeah, they're
Yeah,
taking a step backwards and
he was
putting
trashing
static
McFarlane.
figures.
Where was that? I didn't hear that. Where'd that happen?
I posted it on Plastic and Pain as a video of me asking a question in the radio show, and then Randy answering it. And at the end of it, he calls out McFarlane. And what I asked him was, it's one of the questions I fed to you for Toy Fair, but I guess George's video, I guess like the audio got corrupted or something.
Audio. You know, something happened with my audio for the Marvel Legends thing. So Pancho's still trying to work on it and trying to figure it out. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so one of the questions that I'd fed for that was why they'd stepped up the articulation in recent years compared to, the Cult Classics line and the Terminator line. His answer was basically like, yeah, that's just kind of the way it's evolving, is, finding ways to do more articulation and hiding it better with the pin socket joints, so, well concealed in the drapery. And that's when he got to talking about how while they're taking a step forward, there's companies that are taking a step back and making the figures bigger again, like McFarlane, but just putting these cut joints everywhere and just not going to look good at all.
He was trashing McFarlane. He's like, man, I used to work there.
Yeah.
He's like, when I left, they moved to 5 inches, and now all of a sudden people get excited for this new line, and they make them bigger again, but they give them nothing but cut joints. Like, it makes no fucking. He was just trashing them.
I mean, he's right though.
The hosts were too. The hosts aren't even like big figure dudes, but even they're like,
oh yeah, the host
5 POA.
The hosts were clowning too. They were like, "Man, McFarlane is a joke." Like, "Oh shit!" Like, they were just all clowning on McFarlane.
Man, he's just fucking clueless as to.
Oh yeah, we've touched on it on the show when he said it, and it was just unreal.
Heartbreaking, in fact.
It was just like there was no, it just is what he wants. He's a statue guy, and he wants to make statues, but the people that buy here don't want statues; they want articulation, and he just begrudgingly puts cuts on them.
I mean, that's the quote on the video, is him saying, "Well, I can give you articulation, but what are you gonna do with it?" This dude is out of touch.
He should just go to the high end. I mean, he already does high end statues anyway. He should just stick with that.
Yeah, those new pieces are incredible.
Yeah,
which is cool.
And he does that really nice thing where basically the statue's placed on a turntable, so you don't have to move the base. It turns on the base. So.
Yeah, and it was like we said that other time. It's cool to do statues. Just do that. Don't give us these half-assed 7-inch to 6 3/4-inch figures with like 5 cuts in them. Just do statues. Who cares? Just do that.
I mean, there's a lot of people who want statues of some of the properties he has, so you might as well just go with that. Stick with more of a high-end audience. But I mean, he likes doing the mass retail stuff, so mass retail for the most part for the audience that buys, Spawn and Walking Dead, and he doesn't have Halo anymore, which I think that's pretty much the big reason why he's going back to 7 inches, is because he doesn't have Halo anymore. So I think it's kind of a panic move more than anything else. But I think.
Oh, did he actually lose Halo? I thought he was just sharing it now.
No, he's lost it.
No, Mattel has it now.
Mattel has it now. It was the big thing for him, and I don't find a coincidence that even though that he doesn't have Halo anymore, then suddenly he wants to kind of revive all these lines and bring these things back. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think a lot of that is because he lost the Halo license. And
he lost Halo, but don't worry, boys and girls, he's got Titanfall. Ooh, a game that couldn't even last 3 months after its release date.
You mean that new game? Whoa.
Yeah, which pretty much never really took off. So, whatever. But I mean, like I said, I just think really what he needs to do if he wants to do action figures, he just needs to hire people that do the action figures for him and not him doing them. I think that will that will help him out a lot. Guys that understand what action figures are in this modern age.
I mean, who's part of his staff? Like, who's?
I mean, McFarlane is only, I think, less than 10 people now. He fired all his guys like years back.
Yeah, and they created Mezco and NECA and.
Yeah, basically, yeah. He. Well, I think for NECA, some of those guys just left, but I think they have absorbed some of the guys who left McFarlane. They basically when it became everything at McFarlane is digital sculpts, and basically when that happened, they got rid of pretty much all their sculptors except for like 1 or 2 guys. So the whole company is like maybe like it might have gotten a little better now, because they were financially really bad for a little while. When they were financially, that's when they let all the people go, and then like I said, it was literally like 5 or 6 people, and then I think they might have more staff now, but yeah, basically during that time they let a bunch of people go, and that was basically right before the time when the articulation trend became really popular. Like to the point where it is now, where it's pretty much expected that, action figures have to be able to, have a decent amount of usable, well-placed articulation, well-engineered, and I think for them, they kind of skipped that whole era because, they were just kind of doing their own thing. They were doing like their 5-inch stuff, and in my opinion, Halo and Walking Dead, while people, do collect those figures and they do like them, they're not in the very big spotlight of your Marvel Legends, your superhero stuff, superhero stuff is all the craze now. That's everything now.
Mm-hmm.
And then also they're not in the realm of the invading, Japanese property, Japanese toys, which is becoming a huge thing now. Whole mid-end is becoming a very big thing with the collectors. A lot of guys don't just do low end anymore; they do mid-end. Which is the stuff like SH Figuarts, Figma, Revoltex, and we're just in that era where Japan has always been very creative with the engineering and stuff like that, and of course, they charge more money, but again, stuff is on a different level, as far as engineering goes, and people come to expect that kind of thing, and obviously a lot of other companies have basically tried to in the low-end areas try to basically, up their value, by including option parts and, increased, better engineered, stuff, especially for the price. And I think for McFarlane, like I said, they just kind of were just in another area when that was all going on. They weren't really, it's kind of like, I look at Nintendo. The real war is actually between Microsoft and Sony. And Nintendo's just kind of on the side. I mean, they have their big things going on, and like I said, they're very big in the handheld world, but their console games, no one really talks about them much.
Oh no, and
it's a different thing. And I consider McFarlane was kind of in a similar kind of situation where they're kind of off to the side, and now they want to enter back into the big spotlight. And I guess the problem is, while he's been gone, like I said, he's been doing the Halo and stuff like, which is a 5-inch scale, which is not like the main scale people like to collect, which is now pretty much predominantly 1/12 scale and maybe 1/10 to some degree, but 1/12 mainly. And we're in that realm now where that's what people want. That's what people want to collect. And he's trying to put himself back into that 1/12, 1/10 territory and doesn't realize that things have kind of moved on without him. I'll always give credit to McFarlane. McFarlane is the pioneer of the collecting toy market. Without him, things would be kind of different today. He was the first guy to basically say that, I don't want toys that look like this. These look like toys that kids would want. I want toys that I would want to buy. And he pretty much single-handedly jump-started the collector market back in the day, back in the 90s. He's a pioneer. I'll always give him credit for that. Always big respect to him because of that. Without him, we wouldn't have a lot of stuff we have now. I mean, I think it would have happened eventually anyway, probably, because the nostalgia move and everything, where adults were collecting toys. Eventually someone would have stepped up and created a toy market that's strictly for a collector taste and adult taste more so than for kids. But he was the guy who jump-started it. But the problem is, aside from him being that, I mean, while he kind of helped start it, he hasn't really evolved with it. He just kind of does his, what he used to do back then. His figures, technologically speaking, are no different. The ones coming out are no different back now than they were when he was still kind of active.
Exactly.
Right. These literally look exactly like the movie Maniacs.
You know, like
Even
movie
his
maniacs, like
sports
Spawn. You know,
even his sports figures, a lot of people
Right.
in here they don't give a shit about the sports picks, but the sports picks, they've not. I don't care what anybody here tells you. Sports picks, they've not gotten better scans. They still barely look like the players they're supposed to be.
like I said, those figures are what, $15?
Yeah, they're still 50. Yeah, they're $15. Yeah.
You know, but that pays his bills. I considered at one time. I mean, now it's Walking Dead as well, but before that, it was pretty much Halo and sports picks. That pretty much kept the company afloat. I mean, that's how bad it got for him. I mean, when he stopped doing Spawn figures, you could tell things were bad. Things were really bad.
Well, it's about to get really bad again because nobody about to buy this shit that they about to put out.
There's people who will buy it. It's just not the market he's trying to get. It's the wrong approach for the market that he's trying to go for now. There will be people who will buy it. I mean, if you look at the comments, it's about half and half. There's half the people are bashing it, half the people are saying that they love it and they want to buy it. They fuck the articulation, whatever. Not everyone likes articulation. That is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. That's okay. It's just that if you're going to release this kind of product, then claim it's an action figure, then you have to do it correctly. If you just want to release and say, "Oh man, this is my my dynamic static line," and they don't move, but look how awesome they look, I think people would be fine with that. That would be okay. But if you're trying to do action figures, I think he's going the wrong approach. Like I said, you don't sculpt a statue and then say, okay, I can put a joint here and a joint. It doesn't work that way. You have to basically start off with a default body and then add the articulation scheme on top of it. That's how you design an action figure. You don't make a statue and say, oh man, I think I can add a cut here, add a cut there, a joint here. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. That's not how you make action figures. And I think he's stuck. He's such, Todd McFarlane, he's a comic book artist, so he's all about the art factor. So he's big on the sculpt and, preserving the sculpt and stuff like that. And that's okay. I mean, you can have a line of non-articulated stuff and keep him happy. But if you really want to compete in the, pool that is, Marvel Legends, NECA, Bandai, Wax Factory, you want to compete in that pool, you have to do action figures correctly, and that's simply it. I mean, that is really the fact, because they're not going the right way, and I think hopefully he knows the problem is he has too much creative control. You need to get him out of there. He needs to hire guys that know how to do it and do it for him. He can still sketch the designs. I mean, he can still come in and say, "Oh, that looks cool. Yeah, I approve that. Whatever." But he can't be there saying, "Oh, no, we should do it like this or that." Like, he can't be there, basically, the guy deciding what to do, because he obviously doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, all right, well, fuck Todd McFarlane right now until they get it together. What else happened this week?
Well, at random, I think it happened yesterday or the day before. We all
Nobody's
just kind
home.
of on the news pages. We just all kind of
We're in
saw
a
on the
meeting.
news pages and a bunch of pre-order websites in the UK that they're having a best of Marvel Legends movie figure wave. It's going to consist of Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, War Machine, Iron Man, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Loki and Thor. The best of movie wave with a build-a-figure repainted Hulkbuster. And I don't know, it's just kind of random.
Metallic colors, the Hulkbuster.
What was it looking like, Fabio?
It looked a little more metallic. The silver, like you said, looked a little duller.
It's really plasticky looking. So I figured.
Yeah, but the yellow on the current Hulkbuster is like a more mustard yellow, whereas this one looks a little more shiny.
Okay, maybe they're going for more metallic look then.
Yeah, the red looked okay on the original. I would like a more like candy apple one, but regardless, I'm not fucking getting this wave. Maybe I'll just get the Loki because I don't have a Loki. But I mean, I have all the other ones already. Like, I don't need them.
Yeah,
And that's good for UK collectors though, where people like, just starting to jump on. And with the release of the new movie, I guess it's pretty timely.
Yeah, and me personally, I don't I don't really want anything from that wave other than maybe, you know, with Loki if I saw it. So I'm not too hurt by it, but I know I saw a lot of people in the community all mad, like, what? Why do they get this? Like, why couldn't this be a Walmart wave? Like, getting all upset. And there were some people like us who just don't really give a shit, and we're just like, well, they can keep it.
I mean, honestly, you could still get the Hulkbuster wave, you know, through one of the online retailers for a reasonable price.
It's still available in stores too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see most of them in stores still.
Yeah, I mean, you probably can't find them all in one place, but if you look around, like go to 2-3 stores,
You're definitely not allowed to find the whole wave on the shelf somewhere, but that's why you should just order a case from an online retailer.
Yeah. At this point, you know, that's the way to go. Like I don't really understand how people don't think. Like Big Bad Toy Store right now. There's obviously nothing against Big Bad Toy Store. You go to Big Bad Toy Store, they have the Hobgoblin wave, fully in stock. You know, you buy the whole wave, it's like $120. But you want a Pizza Spider-Man, it's like $50 in the box. So
yep,
I don't understand, you know, why people just don't buy the whole wave.
It's a no-brainer, right?
Doesn't make any sense.
Even if you buy the wave and you sell off the shit that you don't want, you still good.
And you get 2 Pizza Spider-Mans in the case.
Right.
2 of them. That's $100 right there off of that. And then you just sell the rest of it. You have to, you know, make up $20. You know, I don't understand sometimes how collectors don't see that or anything like. And I'm surprised Big Bad Toy Store hasn't just broken up their cases, because those Pizza Spider-Mans go for good money.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do that either. True.
Yeah, I just look at it and I'm just kind of like, wow, like, okay.
I still haven't even gotten an Absorberman wave, but that's the only way that I know for certain that I'm going to get a Gwen, Spider-Gwen, so that's what I'm going to have to do, is just order the case.
Yeah, I haven't picked up the rest of the wave either. I just want to see them in retail. I haven't really seen all. I've seen like a couple of them, but you know, I'm just gonna buy them all when I see them. And if I
saw a few at retail, but I'm gonna just get the case. I'll get the case that has 2 Venoms, because I already bought one of the Scarlet Spiders separately. Any Spider-Man figure, I always get 3 of them, so that'll be 2 with that case, and then I'll just catch one of those at retail, and I'll be straight.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Mr. Emiya?
For what? The Marvel Legends? The new wave?
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Waves?
Super pumped about them. He's already got them on pre-order.
On the best of the best of the best.
I mean, it's good, you know, that they're putting it out there. I mean, the movie figures are, you know, that's what kids and stuff are gonna want. So I mean, it's good to get them all in one place where kids can kind of collect, or even like, you know, entry-level collectors, like, you know, your new collectors can jump on. I think it's great to have awareness by a company that they realize that sometimes, in order, like you're talking about that Pizza Spider-Man, in my opinion, that figure should always be available. It should always be. It should never be going for money. That's how I feel.
It should be at all times on Hasbro Toy Shop for
Hasbro Toy Shop, or, you know, to just release a best of Legends wave, you know, once in a while, and have that figure always in it, because that's a figure people are always going to want, just like your you know, default Captain America, your default whatever, you know, you always want to have those figures available. And I think this is a good way. This is a step in the right direction. Obviously, it looks like it's only available in Europe right now, so, you know, it's good for people over there. But maybe it'll make its way over here. I'm sure places like, you know, Walmart and Target wouldn't mind carrying that wave. As, you know, while us collectors probably don't care that much, you know, it's good for people trying to get in. And, you know, like I said, not everyone, we always talk about before, not everyone can afford, you know, SH Figuarts or Hot Toys and things like that. I mean, this is a good alternative to get people. I mean, the Hulkbuster, the Build-A-Figure, the Hasbro one, it's not a terrible figure. I mean, it could benefit from paint, from having more paint on it, but
yeah, and if what Fabio said was right, you know, and the paint.
And it looks like they might have, you know, up the paint on it. So
yeah, I mean, that's cool. You know, just like you said, it's kind of one of those things where you wonder, like, why there isn't just a best of wave of comic stuff.
The hard part for stuff like Marvel Legends, because it's done in an assortment, and the problem with that is the fact that no matter what you do in an assortment basically means that your case has several different items in it. And the problem is, you know, everyone will buy the most popular figures and stuff like that, and then your store will always be stuck with something from the assortment. The reason places like companies like your direct market is easier to do reissues, something like your DC Collectibles, your Marvel Select, is because a lot of the time those figures don't come in cases, or they come in straight cases. Like your case has 24 Batmans in it, or your case has 24 Wonder Womans or 24 Supermans. So retailers can just purchase just that character that keeps selling out. They don't have to purchase, 5 or 6, different characters, and then that's the reason comic shops mark up, the popular figure. That's why Taskmaster is $50 at your comic shop, because no one wants to buy those other figures, so they need to kind of make the money back somewhere. So they mark up the one figure. I mean, Hasbro's been trying to combat that by basically making smaller case assortments. And basically, basically a case by Hasbro these days is pretty much one of every figure, except maybe 1 or 2 of the characters. Like your flagship character will have.
Back in the day, it wasn't like that. When you bought a case, you was pretty much kind of doubling up on your money.
Yeah.
On a case.
And that was a big problem for a lot of stores, because they were stuck with the characters nobody wanted, because everyone would just buy the 2 or 3 popular figures from that wave, and the rest would just be kind of stuck there. And in the beginning, everything would sell because no one has anything. But then once people got everything, a lot of the time that's basically what it was. So.
Yeah, I remember when Toy Biz Legends were popping like that. If you went to like CMD store or Toy Globe or something like that, and you bought a case, unless you wanted doubles of all of the figures that came in doubles and shit, you could almost make your money back and shit by just keeping one of each figure and shit. So
yeah,
with the variant being in there and different things like that, you could definitely wheel and deal and make your money back.
Well, in your opinion, do you think how it is now, how Hasbro does it with the smaller case assortments, you think that's better than it was back then in Toy Biz days?
I don't know. It has its pros and cons. I mean, obviously the cons would be that they're not really addressing people's wants for army builders and shit like that. Obviously, that
one in each case, yeah.
Right. Obviously that makes that fucking difficult as fuck to try to build any armies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I guess they've kind of realized that people want more of the army builders and shit, and they have done a lot of revision cases, and I guess what was that, 2 years ago that they put out those the full cases of Hydra and AIM soldiers and shit like that. So that was cool.
Stormtroopers too, for Black Series.
Yeah, did it with the Stormtroopers as well, right? So hopefully we'll see them do that again with this Nick Fury figure. We'll see what happens, because that's gonna be another pain in the ass to try to army build.
I wish they would have just included one more head, just that shield. They already have it, just that Shield Agent head. Would have been cool.
Right. That would have made sense. It's a Hasbro. It's a Hasbro mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I gotta go to Casting Cave, or I gotta go to Dave Castle, and I gotta ask them if they have the fucking sculpt for the.
I hope they don't do some funky shit with the pegs. I hope the old Dum Dum Dugan head and shit will fit on there, and it's no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we just saw that the Black Panther head fits on that body next to Manny Torres posted around plastic and paint. So that's a good thing if you wanted to have some, diversity in your Shield agents. And I believe the Finn head will fit on there too.
The Finn is every fucking body.
We got two Black agents now. So there's diversity.
So and obviously we could get the Nick Fury, the Black Nick Fury head on there, and you could have the son of Nick Fury or whoever the fuck he is in the comic book.
Yeah, that's what they say, right? He's the son or whatever.
He's Nick Fury's son. Yeah.
He's black as fuck, but he's the son of white Nick Fury.
Nick Fury was getting some chocolate on the side.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not even like a mulatto. He's not even mixed. He's just straight black as.
It's like if Sam Jackson's dad was David Hasselhoff.
Right.
The black genes, I guess, are pretty powerful.
Not that fucking powerful. You don't know no black and white kid that come out like that.
Shout out to Boog for using the term mulatto like this is 1980s apartheid South Africa.
What's the new age correct term? What is it?
I think it's just mixed race.
Mixed race? All right, whatever.
That's like a meme going around, like, oh my god, mixed babies are like so cute. That's like a thing.
Are you Mexican? Are you Samoan? Are you black? I don't know.
20 years, fucking any regular race will be damn near extinct, right? We won't.
Yeah, just like that South Park episode where the people come back from the future and they're all just like a weird mix of brown and Asian and black and white.
That's what it is, man. You know.
I mean, if they correctly predicted that Trump was going to build a wall and be the president, then I'm pretty sure they're going to correctly predict that.
That guy's a fucking idiot. You see, he got shut down in Chicago and shit.
Yeah, and some guy tried to bum rush the stage in his other rally. I think it was in Ohio.
It's got to tell you something, man. It's got to tell you something. I mean, you got to be the type of person to say, you know what? If all of these like fucking terrible people are rallying behind me, then you know something's got to be fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know.
Well, it's not me. To tell you the truth, it's not me. It's not Donald Trump. That's for sure.
Right.
I'll tell you what, man. There's nothing wrong with my penis. I'll tell you that right now. That was ridiculous. He's insinuating there's something wrong with my dick. There's nothing wrong with my dick. I'll tell you that right now. Nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the little.
Think about Bernie.
Yeah, I'm down. I mean, I doubt he's gonna get the nomination. Just realistically speaking,
it's one of those things where he needs to tone it down because he's just saying so many things that won't happen.
Right.
I'm sure he means well.
That's what all people. That's what every fucking politician does. That's politics right there. That's the game right there. No question.
Yeah, but that's what will make him not win. That's what makes people side with Hillary's ass because she's just saying whatever the people tell her to say.
I tell you what though, fucking Derek's memes that he's been making about American Hillary and shit. Those shits been fucking cracking up this past week, man.
That Hillary standing there like, I don't know where Bernie Sanders was when I was passing my health care reform, but I'll tell you what, I was up there alone, and there's a picture of him right behind her when she's trying to pass the health care. Literally right behind her. I don't know where Senator Sanders was, but I'll tell you this, he wasn't with me, and sure enough, he was right behind her, like in '94. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where you see the two extremes. You see the Donald Trump promising all this hate and all this separation, and then you see Bernie Sanders offering too much, and it's just like, dude, tone it down a little bit, and you may be able to win. But you keep lying to people, making it seem like everything is actually going to work. They're not going to believe it, and that's the reason why what Fabio said earlier. Realistically, Hillary is winning in the numbers because she's just saying what people want to hear, and Bernie Sanders is just saying what he wants to hear, and it seems too good to be true.
You know what it is, man. You gotta. Politicians are never really appealing to like the intelligent people and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what it is. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they gotta appeal to the people that's not even really up on politics or not even really educated to a certain extent and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? So
that's why they need those sound bites.
All right.
It's one of those things where like you get those people talking to you. And they just can't believe that you're not for the person that they're for. Don't you get it? He's going to change America. Like, you actually believe this?
Yeah,
you're definitely the person he wants.
You living in fucking Captain America Civil War, motherfucker.
He says college is free.
Honestly, though, if it comes down to Hillary and Trump, I'm probably going to vote Trump. I don't know why. There's no like political reason. It's not because I like his
for the comedy.
It's literally for the novelty of it. Like fucking Donald Trump as goddamn president, the guy who fired Alfonso Ribeiro off The Celebrity Apprentice. Fuck yeah, he's president.
Nah, man, I can't see it, man. I can't see it.
The guy who almost got a steel chair to the head from Vince McMahon at WrestleMania.
I can't.
He is part of kayfabe. What other presidential candidate can say that?
It'll be. Everybody already fucking hates America anyway right now. After it's taken us 8 years to almost kind of get people to like Americans again, and they really still don't. Anyway, so like after Bush and shit, you know what I'm saying? So like, yo, Trump coming into office, man, yo, we're gonna be the most fucking hated.
Yeah, and people over worry with someone like Trump, like with this whole Mexican wall. Like, have you talked to the Mexican government? They said they would never pay for it. There you go. We're never gonna get it. Even if you were to get it, it'd never happen. They don't
I'll tell
want
you
to.
what, though, Mexico is going to pay for that wall. You know why? Because I'm going to tell them to pay for that wall.
Yeah, tell them. And the president comes out like, no, we're never gonna pay for this.
You know
Nope.
what,
I don't even know who this Trump man is.
Who? Who? That guy that opened up those community colleges around the world that went bankrupt? That
The guy with the stakes that shouldered the sharper image?
Oh, God. That the guy from the wig commercials?
Oh, you always got. You can't. I mean, bottom line is, man, if somebody has had a sketchy financial history with their own personal finances and shit like that, you can't possibly think that they're gonna
Right.
fucking, you know, run things on the world stage and have our finances in check for every fucking body. Come on, that's
Okay, but here's a real serious question about it. Do you think his hair is real?
Oh, come on.
Because I've heard it both ways, but hear me out. My mom used to date this guy who was the executive chef at the Donald Trump National Golf Course here in SoCal. So he, was basically like the personal cook for Trump when he came into town to check out the digs. And what that person told me is that his hair is in fact fake, but I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. But sometimes it looks really well glued down. Other times it looks like Clint Eastwood's fake head from Escape from Alcatraz.
that shit's a toupee. There's no question about it.
Oh, man, that's
If he's elected president, there will be hell to pay.
Oh, there we go.
So we got any questions in the Q&A? We got we're coming up on 10 minutes and shit.
Yeah.
We got 10 minutes, people. Where are you at with these questions? I know Todd's asking in the comments.
Well, Todd just lost all respect for me. I hope you know. I'm being ironic. I'm probably not gonna vote.
Him and Pharaoh are in the two-man club.
No, I'm being purely ironic. I called into this radio show, Sam Roberts show, and he's like ironically into Donald Trump too. So I call him, and I'm just clowning him. I think it's hilarious that we can even say the sentence "Donald Trump is running for president" is just fucking priceless for me. I don't think I'll ever get over it, but I'm not gonna vote for the guy most likely.
All right, we got a question. He's on every week. This guy John Glebus, he's asking, since Hasbro puts a Spidey in every Spidey wave, what Spider-Man suits do we want to see released? He gives examples of Iron Spidey, Black suit, ones that we haven't gotten before from Hasbro.
Yeah, I'd love to see them tackle that Iron Spidey again because the one that we got from Hasbro before is fucking garbage. And who was that recently? Who just did that custom? That Iron Spidey custom. Who was that?
It was Christopher. It was Christopher something.
Chris Serta? I don't
That
think
was crazy.
No, it wasn't Chris Serta. It was
No,
Chris,
it wasn't Serta. It was somebody
it
else.
was Happy Day Customs. That's who it
Yeah,
was.
Chris Happy Day
yeah,
Customs.
Yeah, that shit looked great. That shit looked really clean.
I want that.
So yeah, if Hasbro did the Iron Spidey on the Pizza Spidey body and got the arms and shit right, and they were fully articulated, I'd go for that for sure.
I'd like a good Black Spidey, that's for sure.
Yeah, no question. That's
to get that eventually.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get that. No
I
question.
think the question will mostly be, it would be nice to get, I guess, Spider-Mans that we haven't, none of us we've ever gotten before would be nice. But then obviously updating all the ones so that they're all the releases we have are consistent is
Right.
a good thing.
I'm sure people want to see Noir Spidey, and I'm sure we'll see that since we saw it in 3/4 inch anyway.
Right.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just the Ghost Rider body. It's pretty simple to do.
Pretty much. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I do think
if you ask me,
it's going to be really good too, though, based on this design. I don't know if they'll get to it in Civil War, but definitely in the next Spidey movie.
Just thinking of a Spider-Man that we haven't gotten before that I would want in figure form is very random, but it would. We discussed it in the group pages earlier this week. Was that I would want the Spider-Man from the Spider-Man Unlimited cartoon.
Oh, that's a good one.
He has, those white eyes and like the blue and red deep shading on the black costume. I would want that 100%. That's a Spider-Man we don't have that I would.
It's too bad that Hasbro is they mostly deal with the lower end. If they charged a little bit more, I think we can actually get a lot of those cool type of decos, like an animated deco and stuff like that. I think that would be very cool. I always think that mostly doing those type of more complex decos is more of a direct market kind of thing.
Yeah, like a cell shaded.
Yeah, like cell shaded, something like like something like DC Collectibles would do something like that.
I'd like to see them, like Emiya said, just redo some of the ones that they've done already, just with the Pizza Spidey mold. So I'd like to see them do
right, like they did with the Ben Reilly Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do the Future Foundation Spidey over. That'd be
Cosmic Spider-Man would be cool.
We all know Big Time Spider-Man was a total fuck up.
Yeah, it'd be a great time to redeem themselves and do that one again.
I would like the Armored Spider-Man costume. That'd be a good one.
Man, fuck yeah, Armored Spider-Man.
That would be awesome.
That was one of my first Toy Biz toys when I was a kid, and I fucking dropped it down an escalator shaft.
Spider-Man would be dope. That kind of like they sort of kind of touched on this a little bit, and it wasn't even like, I don't know if you guys remember, but in X-Force, the more modern X-Force with Wolverine and Deadpool and these guys, they had a couple of issues where they were going against like some Deathlocks, and they had like Deathlocks of some of the like modeled after some of the major main characters in the Marvel Universe and shit. They had like a Spider-Man one and a Cap one and shit, and the Spider-Man one sort of looked like the Toy Biz, like a Toy Biz figure that they did back in the day of like a cyborg Spider-Man and shit. It'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I would fucking love that.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, people love Spider-Man, and every Spider-Man would probably sell.
Yeah, no question.
Spider-Man aside, we need a fucking we need a Peter Parker.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
right. That's for sure.
Where's a Gwen Stacy? Where's a Mary Jane?
And also, this guy's here.
Yeah, we need those. 100%.
I think a Mary Jane, a Gwen, an Aunt May, stuff like that would be a good idea for like a SDCC box set.
Yeah.
Spider-Man box set. I mean, because I don't see those figures ever being like in retail stores, but I could see them being an SDCC box set, like a Spider Family type box set. And then in that one, you could do like a deluxe Spider-Man that has a Peter Parker like body, and you can have like a Spider-Man, and you could have those, and you could have like other characters that you wouldn't normally get. Would be cool.
Who else are we missing from Spider-Verse?
Oh, there's a lot.
Spider-Ham.
Yes, there's a ton. Every Spider-Man. It'd be cool if they did the Japanese Spider-Man.
Oh my God! From the Mecha one.
He was in Spider-Verse as well. He was in Spider-Man. Spider-Man. They should definitely
Spider-Man. You gotta
do that one
with motorcycle.
Yeah, with his motorcycle. Oh, they probably won't do that, but it would be awesome if they did that version. He'll have like a bracelet.
Spider-Punk too.
Oh, we need that fucking Spider-Punk for sure.
Emiya, I wouldn't. My man Josh's been saying this for a minute, but he's been saying that they'll probably do a SDCC exclusive that's like a Spider-Verse thing. That would be. There's no question that'd be one of their all-time bestsellers.
Oh yeah. I mean, people love Spider-Man. I mean, it's even considered. It's considered as far as merchandising go, the #1 superhero, even bigger than Batman. Yeah, Spider-Man.
And that kind of leads into the next question we have in the Q&A, which is if someone's going to do, or would we like someone to do a Marvel Legends 3-pack of Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, and Aunt May?
Well, yeah.
Would that be even something that sells on its own, or that would probably be something that they
like I said, I think
Spider-Man
like
figures?
SDCC would be good.
But for them to sell that, it'd have to be some exclusive SDCC or some SDCC or something like that. I don't think it would sell.
Or hell, you know what?
There'd have to be a Spider-Man in there too.
If Hasbro ever decides they want to come back to New York, they could do a New York Comic-Con exclusive for that box set. Because Spider-Man is from New York, so it would be a very fitting thing. And that's if they ever want to decide bring Hasbro. I mean, and I think in the coming years, I think it should happen. They should really start pushing New York Comic-Con as having some exclusives too, and that would be a great one to have.
They definitely need,
especially because SDCC is so fucking played out and crowded now.
Yeah, the shit is
almost nobody wants to go there anymore.
Well, I mean, I think Bluefin really set the tone this year by having some pretty good exclusives at New York Comic Con, and I think
you're right. And it was definitely in the style and the fashion of SDCC because you definitely had to wait online and had to go through fucking headaches to get your shit for the most part.
And I think other companies were noticing. So, I mean, even Sideshow, who left New York Comic Con a while back, even they came back this past year. And I think it would be nice to see. I mean, Hasbro's done it before. I think it would be a good time to, really, really bring it back. Like I said, this Spider-Man box set would be a great thing to do, especially since it's a New York Comic Con. So, definitely.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, we don't have a Norman. We don't have a lot of things.
Yeah.
There's still a lot to do with Spider-Man. As many Spider-Man waves as we get every year. There's still a lot to do.
Yeah, a Norman Osborn would be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we're gonna see all of these suited people coming up. Professor X, Osborn.
Well, they certainly have the bodies and stuff already. Just mostly just doing the heads now. So new heads for them.
Yeah, it's very simple. Something you just imagine will happen eventually.
Yeah.
And we know just from having friends that we have that they've done a prototype for that Xavier hover chair. So I'm sure eventually it's not far behind.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else in the question section?
Looks like that's it. That's it.
All right, we finished right on time.
Yep. 9 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock now. So.
Pretty much. All right.
Well, let's get those plugs out of the way.
So as always, check us out on Instagram at Articulated Comic Book Art. We're on Facebook if you are into displaying and setting up your figures in dynamic scenes and taking pictures of your action figures. Then you should come join us in our Facebook group. So again, that's Articulated Comic Book Art. We have a fan page on Facebook as well, and check out our website. And you can follow me. If you want to follow my personal Instagram, it is at Boog_A.C.B.A. So that's BOOG_A.C.B.A. Fabio?
Well, they call me Colonel Crackers. I'm at Colonel Crackers. That's spelled with K's. I'm on Instagram and Twitter and on Steam if you want to add me and play some Division on PC. I'm also going to be joining El Sinestro's new Raw Live and Unedited podcasting network, so I'm going to be doing a show with him called What's Worth Watching, and I think it's going to be airing on Wednesdays. It'd be foolish for it not to air on Wednesdays with a triple W name. And it's basically going to be like a rundown of what he and I are watching on TV and what we think other people should be watching that isn't getting enough love. So look for that in the coming week, and if you're local down here in Southern California, I'm doing some displays for Comic Bug in their store, and also for Civil War coming out pretty soon. So we're going to be doing some more theater displays for that, me and the Beltrans. So if you're down here in SoCal, come fuck with us. Ricardo.
Oh, sorry. Somebody walked into my room asking me like a million questions. You said you're doing a wrestling podcast?
No, it's like a TV podcast with Sinestro.
Oh man, fuck that! I heard Raw and I was like, oh shit, nice.
Well, it's Raw, Live, and Unedited is the name of the podcasting network. RLU.
See, now you guys let me down. Just catch me on Facebook, Instagram. It'll be linked below. What about you, Mr. Emiya? What plugs you have?
Well, me and Rick are actually doing our own show. It's basically going to be mostly focused on the import toys and stuff. We still don't have a date set for exactly when episode 1, the first episode, will be, because we're still trying to get a guest on, and we might just go ahead and just do it without him, and just probably just kind of get in the use of things. It'll be mostly focused on the Japanese and stuff and anime related stuff. You can follow me on Instagram at Starlock, STARLOCK. I'm also known as Emiya Starlock on Facebook. Unfortunately, you'd have to friend me on there. But our YouTube channel is Import in Action, where we post up interviews and things like that and reviews, and mostly focused on the Japanese side of things. And if you are in Japan and you listen to, if you're on Nico Nico Doga, I am also on Anime Talk Weekly. Although unfortunately that entire show is in Japanese, so if you can't speak any Japanese, then you wouldn't know what we're talking about. But yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, don't forget to check out all our affiliate podcasts, like They're Not Dolls, We the Nerds, Triple C Podcast, El Sinestro's podcasting network, like I mentioned, with Two's Company, Three's a Podcast. So we have lots of really talented people who are also doing good podcasts. So if you like hearing more toy talk, definitely hit those people up as well.
Yeah, don't forget Plastic Curve, which is Darren,
Plastic Curve.
and Raspberry Chainsaw and their crew. We link all of these other podcasts on our Instagram as well. So anytime you see us link it, then just click the tag and you could click through to their podcast as well. All great content, all great shows. So until next week, we out of here. Peace, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
See everyone.